right into it.
Okay.
Chantelle Souther
Yep.
from Heart and Homes Northwest Realty.
Yep.
Welcome.
Perfect.
Good. That took me a few times to do it.
You did great.
This is episode 19, almost 20.
Almost.
It's wild. First question I ask right away.
Mhm.
How long have you been in the business?
I looked it up.
I know you have the date.
So August 2020.
August 2020. I was going to say, when did we finally get out of quarantine?
I feel like I did my real estate class right when we had to go into quarantine.
Right.
And then I had to wait, and then it opened up and I went to
That
my
was
test.
March.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. So I tested in August.
I was pregnant. I had my daughter in August.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
good month.
It was a good.
Yeah.
It was funny too because like the week before, they just allowed from one person to be in the room to two people,
Oh, nice.
and so my mom was able to be in there too. But oh man, what a time!
Yeah. I wouldn't have wanted to have a kid during that time.
Did you do Idaho or Washington?
I'm
first.
only licensed in Idaho. So
Only Idaho.
I need to go over to Washington and do it, but I just haven't done it.
Don't they say, I think one of them is more difficult than the other one? I think Idaho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I originally had planned on just staying up in Cami and doing real estate. And so that's why I did my Idaho. It's not, I don't know why, because I don't live in Cami. I've lived in Lewiston since I was 18. So, but yeah, that's why I went the Idaho route and
Got it.
went through the class here in Lewiston with Freedom Northwest. They have real estate school that they do. So
Nice.
I did everything in person, which was nice.
What kind of drew you into the real estate industry?
Well, I'm a single mom and I work at the Tribe. I've worked there for almost 20 years. And so I've just kind of seen the Tribe buy a lot of property, and then the tribal members just kind of need somebody to trust and kind of show them the ropes for real estate. So I decided to go get my real estate license, and I had went up to Camia and talked to Rob from Camia Properties just to kind of see if he thought I should do it or not. And he said, go for it. And so that's why I'm in it.
That's how it happened.
Yeah.
Now, is that your full-time job then? What do you do over there?
So,
or job title, I guess.
It's really fancy.
Tell me.
So I'm the Nespers Tribe Enterprise Executive Officer, or not officer, assistant. My boss is the officer. He's writing his stuff.
I love that.
So that office just oversees all the business part of the tribe. So the casinos, the Express Store, Camel Breath, and then Red Wolf and Zims.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, I like Zims.
Yeah.
So fun over there.
Yep.
And with your, do you want to call it a niche?
I guess.
I guess.
I've kind of feel like it's more just I'm able to connect.
Yeah. Relate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And are you from here originally?
I grew up in Camia, and then I graduated from Azotin. Kind of weird.
Oh, fun. Yeah. That's kind of how I'm from Cottonwood, but I graduated in Lewiston.
Yeah.
So I guess I can say I'm still a prairie girl.
Yeah.
Ugh. Awful.
Yeah.
Family, you still have family up there?
I do have some family, but most of them are down here.
Yeah.
So, my mom is down here now, and then my sister.
Oh, very
and
cool.
then my brother is down in Wyoming currently. So
very cool. With the Heart and Homes, this is a recent change.
Yes. End of December.
Start of the new year.
Yes.
Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about Heart and Homes?
So Isaac, he used to work for Keller Williams Spokane, and he's a great coach. He's just a great motivator. And so when I was at Keller Williams Lewiston, we kind of got connected, and he's always just kind of been a mentor towards me, and just helped me when I need a little pep talk and motivation and everything. So I knew we were supposed to actually meet this summer, and things kept coming up. So it just kind of got pushed off. And then he opened up his own brokerage. And so he took some of the people from Keller Williams up there, and they opened up Heart and Homes Northwest Realty.
Got it.
And so they are based out of Newport, Washington, and they have a Spokane office and Tri-Cities. I had to write these down or else I'd forget. And then they're opening a Portland and Colville.
Oh, wow.
So I'm the first agent down in Lewiston, and then we just brought on Amanda LaQuesta. I'm new to it. And so she's the second agent down here, and we joined their actual team. So
Oh, cool.
there's the option to be independent, and they have 35 realtors total, and then 11 of us on the team.
Wow. All from KW?
No, they're from all over.
All over.
Yeah. So there's a ton of experience and just kind of the networking and the coaching, which is really important to me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Does that kind of make it different from KW?
yeah, I've never been coached, and it's not that I haven't. Like at KW, I could have gotten coached.
Sure.
But I just kind of jumped right into real estate with Cami Properties, and that's a smaller real estate
Real small.
office. So I learned a lot from them. I kind of also learned a lot of just doing it and jumping in there and asking a lot of questions. But
Do you tend to have most of your stuff be from out of town?
no, I've been pretty local here.
Pretty local.
So my first listing, of course, was in Cami, and my first showing was in Cami. But just with having the full-time job and kids, driving up to Cami is kind of hard. So I know all the agents up there and have great relationships with them. So now we can just network that way and
Right. With the part-time and your full-time, how do you schedule it throughout your day with like talking to clients or doing showings? And you did an open house this last Sunday. So I just kind of want to know, I don't think you're my first like part-time person that I've got to talk to. So
I mean, it works for some people and it doesn't work for some people. So when I'm taking on a client, I'm really upfront with them and say, like, I do have a full-time job. But it kind of works out because a lot of people who are buying houses have a full-time job because they need to have the money.
yes, a lot of the time they're like, it's after their work day. And then that's when I get to talk to people and they'll do their application. And it's all either those weird times of the hours of night or morning and weekends and all that. So how was your open house?
It was great. We had quite a few people show up, and it was fun because I got to work with Sydney from the Bean team because she had an open house 2 down. So we just collaborated on it, and we had a lot of people that showed up, and it was nice because we had people like ready to buy and really looking.
Oh, good. Yeah. With letters or everything in hand.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's great. How many open houses have you done?
I have done probably 5-ish. I had one in Cami one time, and that was a mess. But,
Oh, no.
you're not used. Cami doesn't have open houses, and so I did it, and it was no one showed up. I made cookies, but I got to record a lot about the house and just kind of get
cool.
the social media marketing going on it. So
I feel like some of the ones that I've helped out, neighbors tend to want to come and look. But I'm sure with like the small town, not many people, I don't know, how many people from like an out of town, like let's take Camia, for example, move into Camia. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of hard to get people that willing to travel all the way just for an open house, So how beneficial do you feel like open houses are?
I think it's a great way to get your house shown to a lot of people. And it kind of takes a little bit of work off the seller also. I mean, that first week you're scheduling showings nonstop. And so if you could get that open house, then it just opens your house up for all these buyers to come in and look without having to take huge time out of your, first week to schedule that. So, and I think it's nice too, because it's more relaxed for the buyers. Like, they could come in and just browse. I try to make treats and just kind of have it nice and relaxed for them. So
sure,
I try not to like pressure. Like, I'm there to answer the questions, but I'm not going to follow them from room to room.
Right. The new builds, have you done any of those?
I have not. But that's why I'm excited to be part of Heart and Homes is they have agents that's all they do. So if I have questions or when I get into that, then they're right there to help me. So.
That's cool. I mean, for being so new and you just changing, what are some of the things that you have had to endure in this change, like that are kind of some hurdles or things to get in the groove of things in the new? brokerage?
I guess just kind of like learning how they like things done. Each brokerage is a little bit different on what they find is important. We all follow the same rules and everything, but um, it's nice with this one. I'm kind of like, I'll go to do something and he tells me, okay, let's look at it this way and let's kind of touch base on these key points on it. So that's kind of I've gotten used to that, like just picking up the phone and asking, like, I'm going to go do this. What do you think I should do?
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Is this something that you could or would want to turn it into a full-time?
I'd love to go full-time real estate. I enjoy helping people. I enjoy getting to know them. Like that's just the highlight of it. And with my job currently, I get to do all that stuff too. So it's kind of, the best of both worlds. But I think just being able to take some time and spend it with my family and put everything I have only into real estate, then I always just think I could really grow my business. So.
Sure. Is that a goal like in the short coming or don't know yet?
Well, I always try to set goals to get me closer to being able to do it. So a couple years ago, I had a goal of purchasing a house. So I'd gone through a divorce 5 years ago and just had to kind of get back into it and rented for a little bit. And then I had to go buy on my own. So it was just a whole new experience for me.
Oh, yeah.
But
I even remember buying our first house too. It's like half a blurb of like what I actually signed, what we actually looked at. I had no like recollection of what my loan was. It's just those things that take a little for granted now that you're in it and you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How did I miss this?
That's why it's important to have a team you trust, because I feel like half the time people buying and selling don't realize where we're at in the process. So just being able to check in with them and telling them like, okay, this is where we're at in the steps. This is our next steps. And
with you like first time buyers and all that, do you give with this new brokerage, I guess, do you have like a set like thing to give them, like here's the steps that we need to take, and here's the direction to go?
We have a listing and a buyer's just packet that they can take with them, and it's electronic, so you can have it on your phone, flip through it, or else they can print it off for you. But I try to always just sit down with them and kind of go through it with them. And I usually take them to a lender too. Like I'll give them 3 options or 4 options or whatever, and just kind of tell them, go interview lenders. Like it's important to get to know them too, because they're such a huge part of your team.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I'll go through all the steps with them and make sure they're comfortable with where we're at and they know what their monthly budget is. I try to focus on that more than the sales price of what we're looking at. And so that helps me being able to work with the lender so much so I can write an offer that's like really competitive, but still matching their goals. And I hate to see people get in trouble as far as like buying their house and stretching it a little too much. So
yes, I know it's those fine lines that you have to, or bad news, or they get their hopes up. It's that, I hate that feeling too.
Yeah.
When moving the brokerages, have you guys been able to do you do monthly calls, weekly calls? How does that work in terms of your team?
So I do weekly calls. And then I also text Isaac quite a bit. And then I have my broker who's separate than Isaac.
Okay.
And so I call him quite often, just to make sure I'm filling out the forms right. And then we also have a transaction coordinator. So like any questions on that, I'm always calling him. And then we have marketing. So
cool. The whole aspect.
Yeah.
I thought it was like one guy doing it all.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
No, they have a whole team and I really feel like they're willing to throw it all in, and a lot of times I feel bad for messaging them at like 10 p.m., but that's the time that I have to be like, I got this cool idea. Let's try this out. And so like the marketing person's like, yeah, I'm totally right there. I have kids and at 10 p.m. I'm in bed just kind of scrolling through seeing what I need to do.
I know. I've been trying not to be on my phone as much in terms of the evening. I then tend to turn on a stupid TV show and I'm like hours later, I really should probably go to bed.
Yeah.
But yes, those are the times where ideas happen.
Yeah.
And Are you a jot down note kind of person?
Yeah, I've been kind of into the whole AI assistant. So like I'll talk to him, be like, hey,
Oh, that's cool.
let's write this down in my notes. And
Oh, cool.
I've been trying to learn how to like connect that to my calendar and to my notes and just kind of be able to, filter all that information into my phone. So
Are you techie?
no,
Truly?
I'm horrible.
It sounds like you are with that last answer.
My kids run everything as far as
That's all they
technology.
know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no.
I actually thought I had a really cool hot tip on Snapchat that I sent out to friends. The part where you hit to record and you just slide it to the left and you don't have to
You don't have
press the button.
Yeah, it just automatically
Yep. I thought I was like ahead of the times and it was not.
so funny. Oh, that's good. Yeah. I am kind of like I'm a hands-on learner.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like late night, or shower thoughts or whatever, I will go and write on like something and then I'll like leave it, kind of tucked. And then I'll go through my paperwork on my desk and I'm looking and I'm like, what in the heck does this even mean? Doesn't your dad have, Daryl? Something kind of weird. Sorry, that your dad has that little notebook on the side of his bed and he jots down stuff when he's sleeping.
I really think it's interesting, that.
Some of the concept stuff for like the podcast, like he did that in his sleep. He was like, we should do this.
Yeah.
And he'll tell me. And I'm like, oh, another idea of Marty's.
I have a bad habit of like sleep texting, kind of like if I'm texting someone before I go to bed, then like I don't wake up middle of the night. I'm like, oh yeah,
yeah,
makes no sense. Like why
those edit? Have you seen them? Like, because on the iPhone you can like edit your text now.
Oh no.
Yeah, you can go back, but it'll have edited and you can click it and it'll like put what you originally posted to or like sent. And there's times where I misspell. I'm so bad at it that I try to quickly change it, but then it's like you can still look back and see that I did misspell it. And I do that all the time.
Do you do the voice messages?
Yes.
I talk to it, but the voice messages, I'm like, I can't do that yet.
My boss uses the WhatsApp sometimes. She lives in out of town, a little bit, so her service can be kind of wonky, and so that's like the best. And we do it's like a radio almost. It's that like marker, but what's the
breaker? I'm right there with you.
Whoops. Oh, anyway, we'll get back into being serious, maybe. Maybe not. I kind of wanted to go into the chamber a little bit with you since you're on the chamber.
Yep.
How long have you been doing that?
So I'm on the chamber board for the tribe. That's part of my job.
Okay.
So I was doing some outreach, and I've been on there for about a year. I've been active with the chamber for a very long time, and I was really excited when they asked me to actually be on the board because I've always just kind of been like the behind the scenes cheer on, and I just love everything that they have to give to the Valley. They do the LCV leadership class, and Scott Corbett was the one that kind of got that started with Kristen Kamak, and it's just a great way to learn about the Valley. And if you have a chance to do it, like you're going to get connected with all kinds of people. You're going to learn stuff you don't know about the Valley.
Whether you're in business or not, or just anybody.
Yeah, just anyone. I do some nonprofit stuff, and so that kind of got me good connections to, somebody at CCI Spears or SEL, just kind of that network building. And actually, one of my best friends came from leadership. We didn't know each other at the time. We went through it, and then she had a shift in her career, and then we started connecting, and we work very close together now.
Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Aw.
So
I remember, oh gosh, what event was it? I think it was at the Y, the breakfast. Oh my gosh, I went with Randy.
Yeah.
And I saw you. I think I had known who you were and I've seen you, but I saw you at that event, and that was the they did the speeches.
Like the empowerment.
Yes. And I just am doing a makeup event down there next week.
I should probably go to that because I don't know how to put makeup
Uh,
on.
I know. Everyone kept asking. They're like, well, we don't have to do it, or do we want to just go and sit? And I was like, anybody can sign up. But
Yeah.
it's those fun things that I'm trying to get into, the like community stuff, or chamber, of course. That's probably my next step.
Yeah.
But just to get involved, and even if, it gets my name out there, I think I'm just such a people pleaser too, that it's that fulfilling need.
Yeah.
Do you feel like we lack certain things in the community?
I think there's always a place for people, and that's what I've enjoyed about being part of the chamber. I was on Twin County United Way, is just knowing where people can go. So some people have great strengths in certain areas, and being able to connect them to that place is a key part of it. So knowing the leaders in the valley, that can kind of set you up for that.
Or just ask questions, even. Yeah.
Yeah.
When doing chamber things or wanting to be on it, what is the best steps to get towards signing up for that?
So talking with Linnea, she's our new CEO, and she can get you in contact with the ambassador program or to host business after hours. They're doing a lot of changes and adjusting, like in the chamber, so they're bringing in new staff.
Oh, okay.
A lot of it's geared towards small businesses and just being able for us to advocate for you a little bit more, and then notifying you of big changes happening around us. So
that's very cool.
Yeah.
Is there anything exciting this year that we get to know about
for the chamber?
Yeah.
We're actually going through our our little retreat next month, and so we're going to go over our strategic planning and kind of go through all of our areas that we hit, and just seeing where we're going to map out for the next year.
It wasn't last year. I think Randy told me it was in Dayton.
Yeah.
Is that? Yeah.
I joined the chamber I don't know, the week before, so I got to go to.
Fun. Where is it this year?
I don't know. I'm sure they've told me, and I have no idea.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then, today you guys have the chamber banquet.
Yeah. So
what does that entail?
We just recognize the small business, large business, volunteers, board members. So just kind of celebrating last year.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I Randy, of course, brought me to a couple of things with her. And it's so fun, and you get to meet new people. And I didn't realize how many people I already knew is on it, you know, and so that's very cool.
Yeah.
What is your term?
It's 3 years.
3 years.
And you can only serve 2 of the 2 3-year
in a row.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, do you have to wait and then you can go back?
I think so.
Cool. I don't know. It's like a presidency.
I haven't made it that far.
Very cool. How do you feel like that has tied in with the real estate industry?
It helps so much, just as far as knowing what's happening in the valley. But then, I've met colleagues there. I'm able to talk to new businesses about employees coming over, that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of is nice to put in a name to the face, if they know who I am and they're able
Right.
to refer somebody. So.
Right. With the Nez Perce tribe, does that something that you've thought about? Is it a mentor program that you could do or how does that work with your job, I guess, for the purchasing of properties and stuff?
I keep it really separate as far as the tribe and then real estate.
Got it.
I've disclosed to my employers that I do have a business I'm a realtor. And so I just really keep it separate. I work during my lunch hours, and then I work when I get home. I always take a break to have dinner with my boys, and then I work again. But if they ever need a realtor, I'm always there and I want to help them.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I try to keep that
separate. Keep it separate. I mean, I have a plethora of jobs that I do, and trying to keep them so it's separate. Mm-hmm. Even my day, because I'm split, and also trying to be there for my kids. Yeah. But yeah, I understand that completely. Yeah. You have 3 kids?
Yeah.
Yes.
3 boys.
Very cool. How you not? You're gonna be shocked. Would have never guessed. What does it mean to you for that work-life balance? How have you found that?
Well, the boys just go right along with me. They've done that since they were little. I've volunteered for Boys and Girls Club, Little League, just all of this stuff, and they're right there working with me. And so with real estate, it was nice because it's not just my business, it's theirs too. They're there when I'm, if I have to go out and look at a property, then one of them might ride along with me. All my reels, my 9-year-old's behind the camera, like, might try that again.
I like that.
I had just a couple weeks ago, I did like the voiceover on one of my reels. And I told him, I was like, okay, I just need like a couple minutes. I got to try to record it. And so I recorded it and I looked up and his eyes were big and he's like, you just did that in one take.
Oh, Sarah, could you imagine? One take, how easy.
But it was just like they see it all and they go along
Yeah.
with me. I keep it professional. They don't go to all my showings with me, all that type of stuff. But behind the scenes and at home, they're cheering me on and helping me. They're putting signs in, they're fixing things for me. Like it's just nice having their support.
Oh, very cute. And having them involved. My kids, man, my daughter, I'm on the phone and she just wants to know who it is and if she can talk to them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, they don't want to talk to you. Trying to be professional here.
Yeah.
With your after work, what are some hobbies that you kind of do outside of all that?
Oh, anything to get me outdoors. I love fishing. I am a very spoiled fisherwoman. I like being out there. I'm deathly afraid of snakes. So summertime fishing is not my favorite unless I'm on a boat. But, I enjoy being out in the outdoors. The boys and I usually once a year will take a fishing trip, and that's like our big fun getaway. So,
oh, cool. Have you caught sturgeon?
yes, they're amazing fish. I feel very bad catching them, so I try to like limit it. But I mean, they're amazing. They're dinosaurs.
yeah.
So
They're cool.
yeah.
I don't know why this made me think of it. We were on the way to Oregon, and I think like the oldest sturgeon at that hatchery there. You know what I'm talking about? Oh gosh, he's like the oldest, I don't know, caught one or captive one or something, and it was really cool to see. But I mean, have you ever done anything to where you take clients out and about?
I would love to do that.
That'd be really cool.
I actually did a giveaway so my favorite fishing ever is out of a drift boat in the freezing cold for steelhead. Like, I love it. So Cody Sewell up in Kuski, he owns Angler's Edge. He gave me 2 fishing trips to give away. So that was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Did you get to go?
I didn't get to go with them, but it was fun because a lady won them and she was so excited to go to them. And I'm like, man, if I get all the women out there fishing, I'd be happy.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we know what your goals are.
Yeah.
Be in the future.
Yeah.
So since, you started the new brokerage at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And setting some new goals.
Mm-hmm.
What is something that are you willing to share any driven goals this year?
I have a lot. Like, I want to measure myself a little bit more. So, and that's kind of been, I'm a fly by the seat of my pants person. I just kind of take what's shows up in front of me and go with it. But I'm really trying to track a little bit more as far as like my closed transactions, how much time I'm spending, how many times houses are being shown. I feel like showing clients that is great. Even just like social media shares and how many times people look. So if I'm able to show them that, I think it's just
great. I'm helping out. Of course, one of Darrow's other businesses where I'm helping them in the quality department. And one of the things that the quality people want is to see measurable things like that. So, like, I have been now thinking about like quality and just like how much time you spend in something, or is this really making me money, or is this really working? And same thing with like my referrals. All my referral base so far, except one. I had one that was social media, which was super cool, but the rest of it are realtors.
Yeah.
And so it's cool to see that measuring though, like what is working and what's not working and what, it could be in the future. So I like that. Yeah. I'm understanding quality now.
Yeah.
So.
And it's something I didn't think I had time for before. And then now that I'm into it a little bit, it's like, man, I wish I would have started this from the beginning. Like, just like I can give you a rough estimate of how many transactions I've closed, but I don't know for sure. And I wish I would have tracked it a little bit
better. I know I've written down, of course, like a list of, but I thought it'd be fun and cool. I saw a video. I don't know why, but TikTok,
Yeah.
a labor and delivery nurse. She has a jar
Mhm.
and has blue beads and pink beads, and so every delivery that she's ever helped in, she puts a bead in the jar. I was like, how cool to like see that.
Mm-hmm.
And my boss, I'm like, how many houses and clients she's helped with? I'm sure. Oh my gosh, it'd be cool just to see that in like that kind of measuring form too, of how many in your career, the whole thing.
That would be really
That
cool.
would be really cool.
You should start that.
Oh, I know. I'm like, what should I do though? Beads. You have done some events to help kind of promote the real estate business
Mhm.
in the past and coming up next
Yes.
month.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like,
We're
we're not in
with-
February now.
Yeah.
Meet bingo.
Yes, I love Meet Bingo. Mina and Ivy, I was just texting them today. I had lunch with somebody and we were talking about how amazing they are. Like they're just go-getters for the community and always willing to help with nonprofits or just really spreading awareness for anything. So we're hosting the Monday before Valentine's Day. And so it's going to be fun. We're going to have some nice Valentine's Day things, but I'm also single. So we're going to have some, just kind of a
Naughty. I did for trivia at the brewery for Christmas. I did a naughty and nice one.
Yeah.
Which I think that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, we'll have a lot of fun. We've been brainstorming some basket ideas and it'll be creative.
I love that. When it comes to the Heart and Homes team,
Mhm.
is there things that you guys have collaboratively like that you work on, or it's so new that you kind of
Yeah.
get to make all this stuff
Oh, yeah.
throughout the way. So
Well, and it's been nice because I've thrown out some ideas that I have and I want to do, but like I'm just was limited because I'm just one person. So now I throw out these ideas and they're like, yeah, let's figure out how we can do this. So we signed up to have a booth at the Home and Garden Show and just being able to share that and get some cool prizes and, all of that fun stuff.
exactly. And promoting the new group, is that something that they or Isaac and them can come down here?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And really, Isaac and the whole group is really passionate about our community. So they have a nonprofit that they set up, and he talked to me about like looking for 6 nonprofits to really support in our community. And so that's going to be our next step, is just kind of going through where we want to put in our volunteer hours and all of that. So I love that. Yeah. It just, and I feel like that was just, there's a lot, but like when he started talking about community and giving back, that just kind of hit close to home. And it's like, this is me. This is where I need to go.
Very cool.
Yep.
Is there any chamber things that you want to do or can do before your term is up?
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of stuff we can do. I just like connecting with the businesses and kind of hearing what they like and what they, don't like and kind of how we could get better. And there's just so much we can offer to businesses. So even like ribbon cuttings and being there to support them or share like their messages in the newsletter. So
Darrow. And it's fun to know, like, there's so many things that I also am like stumble upon. I'm like, I did not know we had this.
Yeah.
And Darrow does all the small business interviews.
Yes.
You got to get this going.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. I had a funny, of course, this is Marty's idea. He's like, we should do some fun questions with people just to get their like funny answers. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, well, it says a lot about a person apparently when they pick, like it was like candy corn or Peeps.
Oh my gosh. Peeps if they've been open for about a week.
No way.
And I will always tease my best friend about candy corn. So if it comes to her,
I love candy corn. I'm a candy corn person. Yeah. That's so, you like the hard marshmallows?
Yes.
Like,
yes. I even like just opening the package of marshmallows and letting them
sit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, that's our little treat.
I love that. See, and it's like, oh, that's fun to know. But I would have never, when he first brought that up, I was like, you're weird, Marty. It is funny.
It's funny how passionate people are like about candy corn. Like you either love it or hate it.
Oh yeah.
Like,
That's how we got on this discussion because I'm a candy corn person. And he's like, ew, no, that's wax. Like, no, that's not. What would you pick? Candy corn.
I was just going to ask you if you eat each color one at a time.
I do. Oh, that makes me think of like the little corns. Did you ever watch the movie Big?
No.
With Tom Hanks. He bites the little corn like actually like off the thing, yeah. And then he ate the whole thing. Like, oh, that's funny. Okay. I'm afraid I'm gonna make you late.
Oh no, you're good. I just have to be there before 6. So
okay, well we're good.
Yep.
Is there anything that you want to touch base on that I haven't?
went through all my notes.
Oh, good. Like making sure. Oh, good. Because with the new brokerage, I wanted to really like touch on how it started, where it started, where's it going. Yeah.
So we're right now currently looking for like a physical office. So that'll be coming up.
Here in town. Very cool.
And for me personally, it'll just be a lot more networking with other realtors, with lenders, with title, just all kinds
The
of
whole realm.
inspectors. Like for me, I really want to, every time I do like a transaction, I learn something from that other agent. And so I enjoy getting to know them a little bit more. And I've enjoyed this show because I sit back and I'm like, oh, cool, they're into this or they're not into that. So,
right?
Yeah, I'm diving a little bit deeper into real estate and putting a little bit more time into it. And I'm really excited to see with the backing of Heart and Homes and then just my drive that I've got, what happens.
Very cool. You're going to start getting gifts of dried marshmallows. Everyone's just going to pre-open the bag and give it to you.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
That'll be the thing.
Let's end on this one last question.
Okay.
You have clients, brand new. What is something that is like a little tidbit that you give in your introductory and or direction they need to go?
For the clients, a lot of times I listen. Like when I first meet a client, then I just sit back and listen and try to find out what they're wanting, because a lot of times, I don't know, they already know where they're wanting to go, and I'm just giving them the tools to get there. So I have tried really hard just to listen and have a few key questions I ask them, and then we'll get into the details of everything, like making sure I know their needs versus their wants. Just letting them know I have an amazing team behind me that's we're going to be able to get them through this transaction, and that I'm willing to work on it, however I can to make sure it gets done. So
very good.
Yep.
Well, thank you.
Yep.
A cheers at the end of everyone. Thank you.